What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Caleb. I hope you are all having a great day today. Now, today I wanted to talk to you about something a little bit different on this channel, and that is about car YouTube in general. The car community is a very big community, and a lot of people turn to YouTube to both watch that, enjoy it, and express that themselves. A lot of people are interested in starting their own car YouTube, and since I would consider myself a car YouTuber, I would like to give some comments on what I think it takes to start a car YouTube channel. So going over what it takes, some of the advantages, some of the disadvantages, and some things you may run into, I think it's important to start off with number one here. Like, if you're passionate, if you enjoy cars and you want to turn that into a hobby, a side business, or even a career on YouTube, then that should be the most important thing. Like, if you're doing what makes you happy, that is all that matters. And if you're surrounding yourself with cars, and if you can make money doing that, and if you can enjoy that and share that and bond with other people in the community, that is an amazing thing, and that should be your priority. Like, I want you to start a YouTube because you enjoy the community. Like, that's kind of why I started this, is because, you know, I figured I'm doing these things anyways. Like, I'm going to these car events, I'm doing these car things. Now I just have a camera with me when I do it. Like, I really enjoy this stuff, and meeting people in the car community and talking to everybody and comparing builds and showing them off and riding around with friends. Like, I just love that stuff. So that's why you should be starting this. Don't start it because, you know, somebody online told you that you can make money doing it. You're not going to be happy if you're only in it for the money. So getting into some of the more logistic things here, starting off as a car YouTuber is kind of tricky, and there's kind of a big barrier to entry. A lot of these car YouTubers that you're competing with, like B is for Build, Stradman, Vehicle Virgins, a lot of these companies, or I guess people, they all have, like, you know, they're buying new cars every week, they're throwing superchargers, turbos, you know, $10,000 exhaust systems on their car. And like, a lot of these people at that level, like, it's so hard, like, even for me to compete. Like, I can't be shelling out 10 grand a week in mods like some of these people do, just to keep the channel exciting. But there's a lot of ways around that. So number one, if you are somebody interested in cars, chances are you already have a car that's something that you like. I'm not saying that you need to have your own car to show off to be a car YouTuber, but it definitely does help. That's why a lot of people have this huge barrier to entry in YouTube. You know, if I want to start a YouTube channel and show off my Lamborghini, chances are there's only 20 different people with a channel that they have a Lamborghini. Not a lot of people can afford it, so just the fact that you own that already puts you in the upper echelon. But if you don't have the money or don't have, you know, the ability to purchase a vehicle, that's totally fine. You know, you're gonna have to get a few connections, talk to people. Chances are you know a couple people with some nice cars, and bring different cars to the channel. So I like to do videos with my Corvette, I like to do videos with my Mustang, and I like to bring in my friends' cars as well. I would really encourage you to expand to different cars and not just one specific car or one specific brand, because when you reach out like that, you can reach a lot of different people. That's why a lot of people do car reviews, and why car reviews are so successful, because if I'm looking up information on a Corvette, you know, my car is going to be there. But some of these car reviewers, like Doug DeMuro, he has probably one of the most famous, if not the most famous car YouTuber. Is if you are looking up basically any car, Doug DeMuro is there. If you're looking up, you know, some crazy exotic Ferrari, he's got a video. If you're looking up Lamborghini, he's got 10 different videos. McLaren, Audi, anything, he's got videos on tons of different cars of tons of different brands. So if you are somebody in your audience is, let's say they're BMW all the way, that is the only brand they love, and they will ever only buy BMWs. I will never reach that person if I keep posting videos about my Corvette, because they don't look that stuff up, or they're not interested in that. So I would encourage you to expand to different cars and different things in the car community, and not just one car. Getting along to a few disadvantages in the car community is that, yes, there is a large community for people who love cars, but the YouTube community is not necessarily like crazy. on the car community. So, you know, there's not going to be, I can't personally name a car YouTuber that has more than 10 million subscribers, but there are tons of people that have over 10 million subscribers, but they're just in different categories. If you are going to stick to your car YouTube channel, it's going to be a smaller audience than just the general sphere of all of YouTube. So that is something to take into account, that you might be growing slower than other channels, or it might be harder for you to gain traction because of that factor. On the flip side, the way YouTube pays people is based on how many views, or how they pay you like a certain amount of money, let's say anywhere from like $2 to $8 to $10 for every 1,000 views that you have. And people who have an audience that's car related, you get paid more per view essentially. So yes, you have a smaller, you're probably going to have a smaller portion of views, but you're going to get paid more per view. So don't think that like you're not going to get paid because of that. I would say that car YouTubers are up there in the top 10% of YouTubers that get paid the best. So the last car YouTube item I kind of wanted to go over is, if you're starting off, what type of equipment you should buy. So at first, I would say that at least the first 20 or 30 vlogs, I filmed those all on just my phone. And I have an iPhone 8 Plus, so it's got a decent camera on it. You know, it's pretty good. I filmed everything on that, and then I upgraded to a GoPro. I bought this whole bundle on eBay of a used GoPro, and which is actually what I'm filming on right now, and had a bunch of different items on it that I got the whole thing for like 180 bucks. I bought a suction cup so that I can film inside and outside of the car, and it works great. It's a great like mobility camera. I have a GoPro Hero 7 White Edition, so it's not, you know, the top of the line, but it works, it does the job. The only flaw I have about this camera is that because it's a GoPro, the microphone is not the best, but that's, you know, there are ways around that. Obviously, exterior mics, you can get one, you know, you see a lot of people clip it right here, or upgrading to a different camera, but you don't, I would encourage you not to just, first video, not to just start spending tons of money on equipment. Take it one step at a time. Don't overanalyze all this equipment. Like, it's not like you don't need the top of the line, best of the best equipment. Just work with what you got for now. So I hope some of these tips helped you out. If you learned something new or you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I mean, I'm no crazy big car YouTuber and I don't want to claim to be one, but I hope I can at least provide some value to each and every one of you that are looking to start your own car YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment down below. I'm going to comment back to every single one of you, and I hope you all have a great, amazing day. Don't forget to browse the channel, and I'll see you next time.